I'm Jason Barr. It is Arizona and Oklahoma in the upcoming Valero Alamo Bowl. The two schools have only met twice, a home-and-home series back in the late 1980s. It included a career highlight for Doug Pfaff, the Wildcat kicker at the time, who has a special connection to this year's team. I spoke with him as he was at his home in Phoenix.
We don't get a chance to play him too often.
It was back in 1988 when then Arizona kicker Doug Pfaff and the Wildcats visited Oklahoma.
We had a couple plays go the wrong way.
The Wildcats lost 28-10, a final score that Pfaff says was not indicative of how close the game actually was.
That kind of gave us a lot of confidence that following season when we played them in Tucson that, we can stand toe-to-toe with these guys no matter what.
Sure enough, in '89, the Wildcats and Sooners were locked in a defensive battle late with the game tied at 3.
Do you remember lining up for that game-winning kick in 1989?
I do. So great snap, great hold, great protection, and kick made it through. So it was a great memory. Crowd was going nuts, and I'll never forget it.
Pfaff hit the 40-yard game-winning field goal as Arizona upset 6th-ranked Oklahoma 6-3. He kicked in 2 winning seasons under the late Dick Tomey.
He's just, a guy that played a huge role in my life. So yeah, I'm thankful that he ended up being my head coach.
A generation later, Doug Pfaff's son, Blake, would walk on at Arizona as a defensive back in the late 2010s. Around that time, Pfaff was living in Dallas, coincidentally in the same community as current Wildcat kicker Tyler Loop.
I worked him out once and tried to teach him, and so I've stayed in contact with Tyler since he was a middle school kid and have helped him, both hopefully psychologically, as well as a little bit of teaching on his kicks.
Now, Loop and the Wildcats are headed to play Oklahoma for the first time since those late 1980s games. Jed Fish's team headed to the Valero Alamo Bowl with a 9-3 record.
Coach Fish and his staff has done a great job. Far exceeded, I think, my expectations and everybody else's expectations in this short window that he's been here.
Winning the way they were when Doug Pfaff was a Wildcat.
That's the Arizona football that I'm used to. So it's nice to see it return to where it should be.